We are live.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We are
Okay.
definitely live.
Awesome. All right. So normally he introduces us, but today I guess I will do the introduction. So we had a poll. I think way back we talked about this to some of the viewers about them picking what we drink while the podcast is happening, right? So we gave you guys 4 options.
Yep.
Alcohol.
Yep.
I love how we didn't specify on the alcohol.
Nope.
Milk
Yeah.
was an interesting pick, but milk got a lot of votes.
I mean, luckily we could pick what flavor, but milk.
It didn't even have to be cows. It could have been soy milk, oat milk, coconut milk, whatever.
Yeah.
Coffee, and then water. Water got a fair amount of votes. I didn't think that one would get any. And you guys could probably guess which one won. Yeah. I like my red wine, so alcohol won. And also, if you haven't yet voted, we have another poll on our story for what the topic will be next week. And so far, it's a really close race.
Yeah.
And then last order of business to start here. Originally, we were going to have a guest on tonight. He can't make it. So we're actually going to kind of stick to the same topic we were planning on discussing with our guest. It's only now we're going to talk about even though we're not like fitness influencers or bodybuilders or anything like that, we both like to, try to stay active and stay healthy, and we're just going to ask each other some questions about how we stay in relatively decent shape.
Yeah.
I think that's the way we're going to go for tonight. And then, like I said, for next week, just vote on the story. The story should be up for like another 10 hours. So if you haven't yet voted, please do. So, how the hell do you stay in shape?
It's a great question. I don't. But anyway, no, I think staying in shape is definitely a little harder when you become an adult. But I think I stay in shape by going to the gym as much as I can, which is, I will be honest, not as often as I would like. But also it's with diet as well, which I think is very important because those things go like hand in hand. So you can like work out, but then if you're eating like crap every single day, you're not going to stay in shape. You're just going to keep getting a little heavier. Just to be honest, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So for me personally, like I started going to the gym more recently. I was actually injured like last month in March. This is May, so actually 2 months ago. I was injured for like the entire month, and I neglected all my fitness regime, and my diet went to crap, so I gained like 10 to 15 pounds, and I was like, this is not a good look. So I've been trying to get back into the whole routine and gym ordeal.
Ordeal? I don't know if ordeal's the right word.
No.
Let's make it sound like it's torture.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, some days, I'll be honest, I used to like going to the gym, and sometimes I really do, but I used to go to the gym a lot more in college, and it was nice just having to hang out with people and also just know most of the people coming to the gym because it's your college gym.
Yeah.
Now I go to Planet Fitness, and most of the time it's weird, talking to people because it's not like you can actually start a convo. It's more just like, hey, you done with that? Can I use that? It's no one's really trying to have a full out conversation unless you guys are like friends. Everyone's just here to work out and then head out. So yeah, for me it's just going to the gym as much as I can, and then trying to eat as healthy as I can as well. And it doesn't work out that well, but mostly eating healthy too. But what about you?
I say that I work out, but I don't really go to the gym anywhere as much as I should. Like lately, I've had like that term coined for me, the weekend warrior.
Oh,
Oh
my God.
You don't go like Monday through Friday, and then you try to compensate on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just Saturday, or sometimes just Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is not the way to go if you want to see progress. And my diet is atrocious. I think a couple things that save me are I fast a lot. So I just kind of do intermittent fasting. I usually don't eat breakfast. Sometimes I don't eat breakfast or lunch, and I'll go till dinner without eating. And then even though it's starting to slow down, I've always had a pretty quick metabolism, pretty fast metabolism. So I think I'm blessed in that regard. I think a lot of people could eat the way I eat and would not be a healthy weight.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's starting to slow down.
Yeah.
my metabolism's nowhere as fast as it, because I'm turning 26 next Friday.
Oh, wow.
And when I was 20 or 21, I was probably about 155 pounds. And I think I even ate more back then than I do now. And now I'm about I fluctuate anywhere between 170 and 175.
Damn.
A lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, you don't look that heavy. But I think it's because I distribute my weight sort of all over my body. Like some people, they always gain it in the gut.
He's jacked. That's what he's trying to say. He's jacked.
No, I'm not. I appreciate it. I'm not jacked.
He's jacked. I'm like 170 all fat.
That's not true at all.
Fat. Why do you think I'm wearing this sweatshirt right now? No, I'm just kidding. Well.
Brian, when he came into my basement just a couple minutes ago, my garage door was opening so I can only see his legs. And I saw the teardrop. I saw the muscle right near the patella, and I was like, "Oh wow! Like this guy's actually training. He's not lying."
No.
Because Brian, I feel like if anybody be lying about going to the gym, it'd be Brian. Because Brian is so lazy. And I look at his leg, I'm like, "Damn, Brian didn't have that last week."
Yeah.
So,
Oh God.
I don't know. I guess like the only thing that keeps me at a relatively healthy weight is my metabolism being pretty quick. And, I said I'd give a shout out to Pedro. Tudo Bem.
Hello.
Yeah, I said Tudo Bomb last week. That's incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's your shout out, Pedro. And
Hi, Pedro.
so yeah, my metabolism and the fact that I do sometimes skip meals. I think that helps me kind of stay at a healthy weight.
I gotcha. I mean, no, that's good. I mean, do you feel like working out nowadays is more important, honestly, than kind of spending time with your friends and family? Because the reason I say that is just because staying active is a very important part of, living a healthy lifestyle. But I feel like once you start becoming an adult and gaining more adult responsibilities, it's hard to keep that regime up. So do you feel like it's a necessity to go to the gym every day, or do you feel like it's just like, I'll go whenever I feel or I have time?
I don't think you need to work out every day.
Okay.
I think, to be honest, you run the risk of overtraining if you train every day, depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
Like if you're lifting heavy weights 7 days a week, you're going to burn yourself out. You got to prioritize. I mean, if you have a family, I think family comes first. But at the same time, like, if you're not healthy and you suddenly die, you're not there for your family. So, like, health is something you have to take into account.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think exercise is overrated. I think it's a good way to release stress. But if you look at a lot of the countries around the world, they don't exercise the way we do.
Really?
Like, they don't have gyms, but they live a lot longer than we do. Or not a lot longer, but they're thinner for the most part. And in a lot of ways they're healthier. And I think it's because of the diet.
Yeah.
I think diet is the most, you really can't out-train like a bad diet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No,
I agree
I don't
with
think
that.
you can really get by it unless you have a super fast metabolism. But still, just because you might have a fast metabolism, that doesn't mean what you're doing is healthy.
Yeah. Do you think it's harder to eat healthier nowadays than it was before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're saying it's harder to eat healthier nowadays?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because there are a lot of fast food chains just sitting around.
Yeah.
And they've also come out with some studies saying that the soil is not as fertile as it used to be.
Really?
So like oranges, like back in the 1970s, oranges or fruits were a lot more nutritious.
Damn. I didn't know
But I
that.
mean, that's getting kind of really into the depths of nutrition. But I'd say that it is kind of, I don't know if it's harder, because there's a lot of information out there on nutrition
Yeah.
and how to eat healthy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot more temptation in terms of fast food, like especially in an urban area. Like there's a McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King everywhere you go, or a Subway, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. What do you think?
I think it's harder to do it just because some of the reasons you said were pretty spot on. And I don't know if you guys agree with it too. I mean, let us know in the
I
comments.
can't
but,
even see the chat. I've seen some laughs. Hopefully
definitely,
they're not laughing at me. But
I don't think they're laughing at you.
okay.
It definitely is harder to eat healthier at times here. I feel like when you are so hungry, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, let me go get a chicken sandwich from McDonald's, then let me cook up a grilled chicken and have some spinach. So in that instance, I feel like it's a lot harder to eat healthier. I think another option is also with the rise of inflation and everything becoming more expensive, like buying organic produce or buying anything organic was already going to be a couple dollars extra.
Oh, okay.
And then now adding on top of that, with this whole problem of inflation and then things running out, like you're paying double amount just to eat a little healthier. And obviously people who don't have enough income or are a little more not as
well off, I guess.
Yeah, well off, thank you for that. They won't be able to afford that stuff. So that's why I think it's a little harder to eat healthier nowadays. It's definitely it's a goal of mine personally to eat healthier, because I know personally it helps me feel a lot better about myself and how my day is kind of proceeding. Like I know if I eat like McDonald's and at breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the rest of the day is shot because my stomach will start hurting. Everything is just sucking. Like I feel that mood swing. I guess it's a mood swing because then I get in a bad mood and stuff like that. So I know it's just not for me. But when I was younger, I was able to eat all that stuff. So that's what I think is pretty funny. I don't know how you guys feel about it when you guys eat fast food, but it's just not a good look for me. What about you?
I don't feel particularly good afterwards. I don't know how you could, because it's all processed bullshit. It doesn't really hurt my stomach. I don't know. I'm kind of lucky in that regard. Like I don't have many stomach issues. Well, somebody's asking favorite cheat food.
Favorite cheat food? That's a good question. Honestly, I think pasta.
I like cheesecake.
I'm not a big fan of
But that's a dessert.
Yeah.
Like cheat food, that's maybe not like a dinner food that's not really healthy. Maybe pizza.
Maybe pizza. I like pasta a lot.
I like pasta too.
Pasta's really good.
I don't even know if pasta's that unhealthy though. Like it depends if it's white or whole grain pasta too.
I mean, I just make pasta myself, and it's always like a big pot, and it's always all
Do you
like
put like sauces in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I put sauce, like everything, and it's like, whoa, you need to calm down. And I'm like, no, I just worked out today, and it's like, no.
Yeah. Well, that's goes back to what I was saying before. It was like the amount of time it takes to like run off.
Yeah.
Or burn off. Like a Big Mac.
Yeah, it
you
takes
have to be on a treadmill for like hours.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, I just worked out. Well, you lifted weights and you didn't really, you worked out hard, but you didn't burn that many calories, and now you just gained a whole lot. And it's like, well, I'm working out and I'm still gaining weight. Why? It's like, well, you're eating more calories than you're burning.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard too, unless you count calories, and I only did that in college, and it was even hard then to count your calories. Is a lot of work. If you're able to do that, I give you a lot of props, because being able to count how many calories you do, and also like I remember I once tried to measure out how much rice I could have, and at that point I was very upset, because counting out how many calories you're supposed to have, like a 2,000 calories in one day. Realistically, some of the meals you have, like from fast food chains, almost take up your entire like 2,000 calorie diet.
Yeah.
Like you can hit up to like 1,600 calories, and then you have 400 calories left the entire day, and it's like, well, I'm going over that now. So
yeah, unless you starve. And the thing is, the food you're eating is not nutrient dense at all either. There's no vitamins in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you can be eating a lot of calories, and there's just no. I remember reading something where it's like most of the population's overfed and undernourished.
Yeah. I mean, depending on what situation you're in, but granted, it's the same idea with the whole like homeless population. Like the reason I bring them up is because when you're homeless or you don't have low income, like what's the cheapest thing to get? Go to the McDonald's.
Yeah,
and
no,
eat.
I know. Income and money is definitely connected to it.
Exactly. So it's just a hard thing to keep on going with, and to stay dedicated. But to whoever does it, if you guys do it, very impressed, and I give you a lot of props. I'm hoping I can be like that one day, but we'll see. We'll definitely see.
I don't think I've ever counted calories, but I've watched what I ate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there have been some diets that I've tried. I don't know. What type of diet do you kind of follow? So you said that you eat pretty healthy for the most part, right?
Kinda. I mean,
Pretty healthy.
I would say now I'm eating a little more healthy because I'm trying to avoid fast food in general.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just mostly trying to eat low carbs, a lot of protein. Like after I go from the gym, I have a protein shake. I'll try to eat like just plain chicken salad. Like that's what I've been eating for the last 2 days. Trying to make myself feel full so I don't have to start eating like chips, like empty carbs, you know? So small things like chips, candy for some reason, having like some ice cream, stuff like that. In moderation, it's fine, but I know for me personally, there have been times where I opened a bag of chips and finished it in one sitting. So, yeah.
How big was the bag?
It was medium sized, but it was still something I wasn't expecting to do in one sitting, but it happened, and we all can talk about it. I will say it was definitely a moment of weakness, but it's okay. It all happens to everyone. Everyone gets hungry, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes after work, I come home and there's crumb cake.
Oh, crumb cake is very good.
Yeah, and the crumb cake's gone. But then I feel like shit afterwards. I'm tired from work, and then I feel even more tired after eating the crumb cake.
Well, that's why I think it's also very important. Not even important, but that's why I think it's hard when you have, and going back to my previous question, it's hard to have a work-life balance and then still be able to go do everything you do at work and then jump into a full-on workout afterwards.
I know.
And to, like, if you're working only 8 hours, but depending on how long you work for, putting all your mind and effort into a certain project at work and then being like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym right afterwards, or even whatever workout you do, and just say, I'm going to push myself. I give you a lot of props because not a lot of people can do that. I know for me, it took me a while to just be able to do that. So, yeah.
Oh, boy.
What?
My coworker just joined. Shout out to Emily.
Nice. Hi, Emily.
No, I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, what do you feel like you function better on, low carbs or high carbs?
Well, I feel like, I would say high carbs. I mean, that'll give me the most energy out of it for the entire day.
But you hear people say they function better on what they call the keto diet, where they eliminate carbs or really reduce their carbs.
I mean, it really depends on each person. I mean, some people love it, some people can't handle it.
I don't function well on that.
Yeah.
I seem to function better on high carb, low fat diet.
Yeah.
More of a vegan, plant-based diet.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I've definitely been trying to go
That's
more.
why I work out before work.
Yeah, she has a solid point.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
The problem is I start work at 8.
Oh,
and it's hard for me to get, and I work kind of far from my house.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 40 minutes. So I've worked out with this guy named Kenny, believe it or not, at 5 a.m. at East Borda.
Yeah.
But I got to wake up at 4 to go.
Yeah.
And he trains hard. Yeah. I have to be super ready for it.
I think that's what it takes, also that dedication. Like my boss at work, she wakes up, so work starts at 9 o'clock, but she wakes up at 4:30 to work out.
Yeah.
And, I think I've tried that one time where I've gone up that early to work out, and I was like, this sucks. I'd much rather go in the 10 to 11 a.m. range, or after work. I can't, but that's just a mental thing for me. I really am always just I can't do this, but it's you definitely can. You just need to try it out. So, yeah.
What type of exercise routine do you follow at the gym?
I'll be honest, I work out with a workout partner.
That's
so
good.
I just follow what he's doing. Shout out to Nikesh. So we actually work out together. So whatever he's doing, I'm usually doing. And then I'll try to add in some of my own workouts as well.
Like what?
Just some other arm exercises or shoulders or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And if we want, after a workout, we'll do we'll do an arm workout, or not arm workout, an abs workout, something like that. That's really it. So luckily I have someone to be there with me, because I think the gym's a lot more fun if you have someone to talk to and just, goof around with. You don't really think of it as a chore. I don't want to say chore, but I sometimes think of it as a chore, but then it turns into hey, let's talk about this and that. So
push and pull days is what Spencer just said.
Oh, yeah.
No legs, Spencer? I think does Spencer skip leg day? No, I mean, I typically work out. I sometimes do body weight exercises. I do a lot of pull-ups.
Yeah.
I do a lot of chin-ups. I like those. I feel like I have no density to my back. I have okay width, I guess. My lats are okay. But that's probably due to the pull-ups. That's not a genetically strong body part for me. And then I lift weights. So I bench. I do the leg press. Squatting for me is very unnatural. I got long legs, so it seems like it takes forever to get down, and it seems like and I'm like so off balance.
Oh.
I don't deadlift, even though I feel like I'd probably be okay at deadlifting because I'm kind of got long arms. I do a lot of the typical stuff.
Oh.
I train abs. I like planks.
Planks
I don't really like doing sit-ups. They sometimes hurt my back.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think
Cardio. That was a question.
cardio is super important.
Yeah.
I personally, and I don't know how you feel, but I think it's really important in the whole three because it's supposed to go like diet or like lifting weights and cardio. I feel like cardio especially because everyone talks about like these HIIT workouts to lose weight.
High intensity interval training. Yeah.
Exactly. And HIIT workouts help, but the idea behind it is just keep your heart rate up, right? And for running especially, around where we live, there's a bunch of hills. So I personally sometimes we have a lake near our house, and I run to the lake, and on the way to the lake there's a lot of hills. So even though you might be on a steady pace, your heart rate will increase because you're running up hills the entire time. So that's why I think cardio is really big too, because it burns a lot of fat. And yes, I know people have mentioned before that you can I've done the Stairmaster, or I've done like the elliptical, I've done the treadmill for like 3 hours and I don't lose weight. It's like, well, okay, yeah, but you also have to think about diet, and two, are you actually pushing yourself on that? Like, are you just walking, or are you on a steady jog where your heart rate's like at a medium pace, or are you actually like after the workout sweating, tired, like you have to stretch because you know that tomorrow your legs are going to be sore, you know? Do you agree with that? Because I think
I think it's a good idea to mix it up.
Yeah.
So, it comes down to calories. Something like jogging would be, jogging for an hour at a pretty steady pace is what they call like low intensity steady state.
Okay.
And then what you were describing a little bit, like high intensity interval training can be, all right, sprint for 50 yards, stop for 30 seconds, walk around, and then go sprint another 50 yards.
Yeah.
Where it's like explosive activity. I think both are good. Just like I think both are good, and then weight training as well. I think it's good to mix up your workouts.
Yeah.
Maybe include some yoga.
Yoga's really good.
I've done it like once or twice, and I was so sore.
Yeah.
Because I was stretching muscles that I've never worked in my entire life.
Yeah. I agree with that. I did yoga only once in my work, and it was pretty fun. I just didn't know I could bend like that.
I don't think I could, but they tried to get me to.
Nice.
I got a question from Spencer. Do you prefer running on a treadmill or outside?
Outside.
I get dizzy on a treadmill, and I don't get dizzy running on flat land, so I run outside. I actually don't run outside. I literally run in a circle around my house. And it's actually kind of good for me because there's a lot of furniture, so it kind of keeps me on my toes. It actually helps with some quickness because I'm avoiding like fine china and moving around. Sometimes my mom will walk in, so I got to quickly move. And then I'm doing like a shuffle instead of a jog.
Okay.
The reason I do that is because we don't have a treadmill, like I said, and even if we did, I get dizzy on it, and sometimes it's raining or it's too cold.
Yeah. I like running outside. I love running outside. How I see it as is like, not only you get to be outside, which is the best, but two, like when you run on a treadmill, you're not going anywhere. When you run outside, at least you get to see everywhere, right? You get to see new places because you're running somewhere to some place. On a treadmill, unfortunately, if you're in a gym or if you're in your house, like all you're looking at is kind of the same spot, and you're looking at how much miles or how much distance you've covered. And I feel like, yeah, that motivates some people, but for me, it's nice to know, like, when I went to the lake, yeah, I'm tired, but at least I get to see an awesome view.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
Do you listen to music when you work out?
I do. When I run, I listen to music, but I don't wear my headphones. I just keep my music blasting on my phone speaker, because when I try to run with headphones in, it feels really weird. So I just...
You don't have the AirPods?
No, I'm not rich.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't listen to music at the gym.
Oh, really?
Because there's usually music playing in the actual gym.
Yeah, I feel like that music stinks. I'm not a fan
It
sometimes.
depends on the gym I go to. Like, the gym I go to most of the time is Fitness Factory in Rockaway, which I think is one of the best gyms I've ever been to. It's
I've
2
heard some good
floors.
reviews.
Yeah, 2 floors, and it's not that expensive. And the music they play is the music I typically like, which is EDM, EDC. We have a question?
Yeah. So you run with a boombox on your shoulder.
Nah. A little one, I guess, right?
I guess.
Is your phone considered a boombox? I don't know.
It could be, yeah.
I guess. But yeah, I mean, sometimes there's no music playing, or the music is so low I can't really hear it, but I don't know. I feel like I don't need music to... I feel like with cardio, yeah, it helps, because it's the same thing for 40, 45 minutes, depending on how long you do it.
Yeah.
Like, there are times where I'll be on the elliptical for an hour,
Yeah.
and it sucks. I fucking hate it. And I'm like, all right, I said I'll do it for an hour, so I'm going to do it. And my thighs are sore afterwards because it's like constant just pushing, you know.
Yeah.
But for weight training, I don't really need it.
I listen to music. Yeah. I just listen to music. I think it's fun. I like looking at my phone, taking some time, chilling. I know I enjoy working out once after like the first set and I start like sweating, and then I know I'm like, okay, I'm having a pretty good time. I don't mind it. And then for music wise, I listen to whatever. Yeah, I just listen. I don't listen to country, don't listen to email, so I'll take back I listen to whatever. But yeah, I just enjoy music that's like kind of chill.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Japanese music sometimes.
Oh, really?
I'll be honest, yeah.
I've
when I
never
work
really
out.
heard it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but
I think it's a very
I don't
good
know.
time.
Guys, thank you for the questions today. You guys are very responsive.
Yeah, there's only 3 of you, and we appreciate it.
The questions are tremendous.
Yeah, these are really good questions. Meg's asked, role public education played in educating you about working out and health in school? Oh, that's a good one, Megs. I like that.
I mean, we had our typical health class, and they just said, you know... I remember a line that... I don't know if you remember Mr. Kilty.
No.
He was, a health teacher and a phys ed teacher in middle school. And he would say that... Because a lot of people think you need to be athletic to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you don't need to be an athlete to be healthy. And that was the thing. Like... A lot of people just assume, okay, I'm on athletics, so I'm bound to be this fat blob of mass.
Yeah.
And that's not really the case. Like, just because, like, I know people personally who you throw a ball at them and they, they're very uncoordinated, but they're physically healthy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you, especially in high school, and the role of public education and how they kind of figure out health, it's like really important at a young age to understand how to be kind of active, and I think they teach that pretty well, because during even PE, like regardless, it's not like they just tell you to sit around and do nothing. Like almost every PE teacher we've had in all high school and middle school has literally said, especially when you did the mile too, you have to at least run it 2 or 3 times, like the lap wise, and you have to finish it. Like regardless if you feel athletic or not.
There were people that would walk it.
Yeah, but
literally walk the mile, and I get it. There were some people that would do it that were probably have never worked out in their life, and they're 50 pounds overweight, and they're embarrassed by what people will say if they try.
Yeah, and I think that's also what comes, like the upsetting part about high school is that, like, some people are just born to be, like, athletes. And I won't say...
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that's wrong. Like, you're just kind of born with it. But
yeah.
I think when I was in high school, I generally did not care about staying active. All I wanted to do was hang out with my friends and play sports with them, because that's what I was accustomed to. Now, as an adult, it's more, I think the focus has changed more to, hey, let me stay active so I can get girls / be healthy and live longer so I don't die when I'm 30, when I'm 35, in a couch from a heart attack because I'm eating a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that guys overestimate how much girls like muscles?
That's a great question. I really don't know. I personally, I want to be a little more ripped. I will be honest. I want to be a little more chiseled. I used to have abs, now I don't, so I'm trying to get that back. And I want to get bigger, and I think girls do like a guy who is bigger and more in shape. One of my biggest fears is that am actually just so out of shape that girls don't like me because they can see my stomach, or that I'm small, like in the sense of like muscular wise. So that's always something I think about in the back of my head. So it's like, oh,
I don't know. I think guys I think guys work out with the hopes of, and it's understandable, like you want to make yourself more physically attractive to the opposite sex, but a lot of these fitness influencers, like the famous ones,
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, I worked out with the hopes of getting a girlfriend, and all it did was get me gay attention."
yeah,
And all the gay men go after them. It's nothing wrong with that. And I remember a fitness influencer like criticizing the gay community, and I'm like, bro,
I don't.
that's really stupid because
Yeah.
that's like 50% of your fan base you're criticizing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't criticize anyone
No,
because
but
of any reason.
exactly.
Like
But for clout purposes and just
Yeah.
popularity, like you got to know who your audience is. You
Yeah.
don't want to say anything about. That's like biting the hand that feeds you.
that. Yeah, Spence, I like that. Some girls prefer a keg than a six-pack. I appreciate that.
Or money.
But I mean, going off of Ken's question, I think that's something I'm trying to still get my head around. But that goes into a lot more issues I have with myself. But I do enjoy working out, though. And another reason I work out also is just because I want to be able to perform better in, like, athletic events as well, like playing basketball or playing soccer or whatever. Like, when we were younger, I was able to do all this stuff. But now after I play, like, a 40-minute game, or even, like, last week, I played, like, 30 minutes of a half of soccer, and I was so beat and so tired.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew, like, come on, like, you're a little out of shape right now. So
I'm out of shape in that regard.
Yeah.
I'm probably the strongest I've ever been, weight training wise, but in terms of cardio, oh my God.
yeah.
Like, I'm fine for low, steady, or, low intensity, steady state cardio.
Yeah.
But when you start throwing in sprints and stopping and going, that's when it's like, whoa.
That's something,
Oh my God.
That's something I want to work on. And that's why I enjoy working out too, because, like, you've seen some of these people who've done workouts where it's not focused on getting girls, not focused on getting ripped or big. It's like, literally, I'm trying to, I think one of my friends, he did this. He actually worked out an entire summer to learn how to dunk a basketball.
Yeah.
And he did it. All he did was focus on specific exercises that focused on your quads and his legs. And after the entire 3 months he did it, at the September before he moved, he was able to jump and dunk a basketball.
That's impressive.
And those are the things I also want to do at the gym as well. Because I personally feel like if at least you work out and you have good enough strength and you work out every part of your body, like, for example, I can jump a little higher if I work on legs.
Mm-hmm.
If I
lose weight.
And lose weight too, but
because you're pushing less weight up.
Exactly, stuff like that. And then when I'm fighting for a ball and fighting for a ball in soccer, if I need someone shoves me, I can shove them back and there'll be a little more force to it. So it's just small things like that, but at least there's reasoning behind it. And obviously, before I continue, I just want to say I don't mean to sound critical if your main reason is just to get girls or to just lose weight, like, these aren't bad options at all. Like, everyone has their own reasons. For me, it's just I want to get better at those things. So this is just personal in my opinion. So I just want to say that. Super in shape can make you feel self-conscious. Megs, yeah, I get that. Well, I don't know why she's complaining. Her and CP are literally like the most in shape couple I've ever met. They're very scary. Ken, like, this girl runs like 11 miles a day, and then CP.
Oh, wow.
You've seen CP. He's freaking humongous. So
Yeah.
I would say, Megs, to that comment, it's very intimidating to talk to a couple who's very in shape and athletic like these two over here. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I appreciate the comment.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment, though. I think
She's right
maybe
there.
that is why the dad bod, in some ways, has kind of prevailed over the super fit build.
Probably.
Because they
yeah.
literally ask girls, like in some of these YouTube videos, like, do you prefer the dad bod or the in-shape bod?
Yeah.
And a lot of them say the dad bod.
Well, yeah.
And it's just like, what?
I get it. I mean,
You
Meg's
know?
Meg's brought up a really good point where she said that because it's true. Well,
She said thanks, but lies, but thanks.
no, not lies. But she has a point. If you, honestly, I know I would feel. I mean, I'm super self-conscious now, but if I was dating someone who was way more in shape and was like, "Hey, I'm going to the gym like every single day,
Yeah.
like eating healthy," and then like always getting like looked at and people trying to talk to them, yeah, I would feel a little self-conscious. I would probably try to push myself to go to the gym every single day and be with them and try to be like them. But at a certain point, I think you're right I think you're right in the sense of it would be intimidating, but also I feel like I'd lose a bit of myself because then I'm just copying this person because I want to be just like them and attractive-wise and have people telling me like, hey, like, I like you because you look real good. And it's like, that's not all there is to it, you know?
But, you being not as in shape, you might be more attractive according to what girls like, if they like dad bods over in shape bods. Not saying you have a dad bod, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in a while without your shirt on.
It's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
Let's not act like you're some fat slob.
That's right. Anyway,
have you? One of the questions, we try to stay on topic, or at least try to stay in line with our questions that we initially prepare. And
yeah.
The viewers can tell we never do. But one of the questions I asked was, did you ever think in your life of taking steroids?
No, I don't think I would ever. It's a great question, but I personally don't think I'll ever take steroids. I don't think I'll ever reach that pinnacle of like, I want to get bigger, so I need to do steroids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll be fun to do that. So yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I know a few people that have taken it, and I've asked them about it, and I was like, do you think I should do it? And they said, well, you would probably respond pretty quickly because you don't have a lot of body fat, and steroids, according to what I've been told, they don't really burn body fat. They just build muscle.
Really?
They can, but it's like if you give it to somebody who's like 60 pounds overweight, it'll build muscle, but they got to burn off fat.
Yeah.
For somebody like us, who is not heavy, and is probably more on the thin, slender side.
Yeah.
It could show pretty quickly. But they always say, when I stopped taking it, I lost my sex drive. My balls shrunk. I had bad acne. I had hair loss.
Yeah, there are definitely side effects.
Anger issues, and they're like, if you're competitive and you're actually a bodybuilder or a men's physique competitor,
yeah,
you're going to need it if you're on a high level because they all take it and they don't test for it. But other than that, I would say you're better off probably just staying away from it. Unless you have low testosterone, then go to a doctor and get it prescribed. But
yeah, no, I agree with that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have the genetics. Like, if somebody were to be like, Ken, if you took this, you would look like a god. Okay, then maybe I take it, but I don't have the genetics for that.
Would anyone in the chat take steroids?
Yeah.
Anyone? Megs? Spence?
Has anybody ever taken steroids in the chat?
Spence will also just drinking. Ken was drinking wine for this week because we got alcohol picked. So
Brian had a mixed drink.
Yeah.
Vodka and orange juice.
Okay.
That's what you told me you had.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really did.
Yeah. But one question we actually wanted to talk to you guys about, and I think it's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Medically prescribed count? Yeah, well, obviously if it's medically prescribed, Megs, I feel like you should definitely take it then.
Is she talking about testosterone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But jumping away from that question real quick, I think a good question I was asking Ken about actually was, do you feel like social media has made fitness more into a trend instead of it being like an actual activity where people want to get more healthier?
Took them for 2 months and saw bugs on the wall?
Oh, damn, Megs. That's a scary... You start hallucinating?
What did you take, Megs?
Yeah. As we wait for your response.
Yeah, I'm interested in this now.
Yeah.
Now I know what not to take.
Well, Do you know what type of steroids he took?
Well, I know from some people, like I know some people that take Anavar, and Anavar's pretty mild, but a lot of women take Anavar. So I'm wondering if that's what she took.
I don't think so.
As long as she didn't take Trenbolone. Anyway, let's continue with your question. Maybe she doesn't want. Maybe she's not sure what you took because she hasn't responded.
Okay. I mean...
But you had a question, though, about social media kind of glamorizing, I guess, working out.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's true?
I think some of the influencers that I've seen, I hate what they produce. Like some of the comments, like, oh, if you don't lift, you're a beta male. Like, what the fuck is that? Why? Because you lift weights, you're a tough guy? I'm sorry, but that doesn't make you a tough guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but I don't really know what makes you a tough guy. Maybe getting in a cage and fighting in the octagon, maybe that makes you a tough guy? I don't know. I feel like
at that point, that defines
I don't know.
A manly level.
Don't work out. I remember one time some guy's like, depression is beta.
What?
Like, what?
What does that mean?
Like, it's weak.
I don't
so
think
somebody that has depression is weak-minded? Is that what you're saying?
It's
yeah, that's a stupid comment, right?
Yeah, that's a little
That's pretty insensitive.
Damn.
I don't know. And these are famous people that say these things.
Well, yeah, I feel like once you have fame,
I'm like, wow, that's pretty shitty.
I think Meg said she took prednisone. That's crazy, Meg. But
prednisone's pretty... Well, medically prescribed, though.
Yeah, still, though.
Oh, okay. Nothing that gives me street cred. I don't know. I don't think I would take anything, but who knows? You know, I mean, who knows what my mind will want? I never thought I'd drink alcohol.
That's true.
I never thought I'd smoke pot.
Yeah. No, I think those...
Lo and behold.
Yeah. No, that's true. I actually, for working out-wise, though, like social media-wise, I think there is a small negative connotation because when you look at yourself and you see some of these gym transformations, some of them are really good, but then some of them are just like ridiculous, where it's like you have this small or fat kid and then next thing you know, like they're getting big in like 6 or 7 months, which is, some of them might be accurate, but realistically, like if you're scrawny, like to build up muscle, it does not take 6 months. It takes like a year, a good year, 2 years to build up a lot of muscle. And the reason I say that, I feel like, it's just because it's then at that point not only diet, you have to have a lot of protein and a lot of lean meat just to keep that muscle on, like muscle retention, you know? And I also feel like if you start working out and then you don't see results and then you start comparing yourself to people on social media, then you start losing a little bit of hope there as well, because then it's like, damn, I look nothing like that, and I've been working out for a while, and yes, you might have not, but you can't just like jump in and start comparing yourself to something like that where they've put a lot of time and effort into it.
And they're genetically gifted.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like a lot of these bodybuilders, I used to be into... I never competed in a show or anything like that, but I was really into the mindset behind bodybuilding, like what would make somebody want to do that?
Yeah.
And suffer and bring themselves down to 2%, 3% body fat.
Yeah.
And I would watch YouTube videos on some of the best bodybuilders ever, you know, like Lee Priest. And Lee Priest would compare it to, you know, I was genetically designed to do this.
Really?
And people would come up to him and be like, what do you do for arms? Because he had the best arms in the history of the sport. And he'd go, I do what you do. I'm just genetically gifted. Like Novak Djokovic in tennis.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't serve any differently than anybody else.
Yeah.
He's just meant to do that.
Yeah.
It's a talent, too. Like there are guys in the gym that, you know, that are probably 16, 17 years old, and I can tell immediately they're going to be freaks. And they're probably not taking anything at that young age. Who knows? Maybe they are, but genetics play a huge role. So it's best not to compare yourself in person with people or through social media, because everybody's got different genetics, and when it comes to the aesthetics, I guess.
Yeah.
And even the performance aspect too. Like there are guys that are benching 405 when they're 20 years old.
Yeah.
And then some people never get to bench anywhere close to that. Others take 20 years to get to 405.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that is very true.
So genetics play a role. I think the key with that, because it's an individual, it's not even a sport, it's just like you're trying to get in shape.
Yeah.
Unless you are competing. The key is just focus on yourself. And take progress pics. Because even though you might not think you're making progress, because change is so, it's so slow. If you compare yourself from maybe 3 months ago till now, you'll see differences. Even if you don't see it like looking in the mirror day by day.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's not something you can just look in the mirror after one workout and be like, wow, I am skinny or in shape. It's like something that takes time and dedication. And Megs and Spence brought up a really good point in the chat too, because Spence was saying that the weights are kind of the measure of how much you put into the gym, which is true, but I think also if you're just genetically strong. But too, Meg said you can also Photoshop photos as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so true. But
that's very true.
From someone like me, like I will be honest, I'm not looking, like I don't know if a photo is Photoshopped. To me, it's just, hey, that person's more in shape than I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it doesn't, at the end of the day, I'm not feeling too hot, because then I start comparing myself, and then it's like, bro, you gotta chill. Like, everyone takes it at their own pace. At least you're putting an effort to try and change something about yourself, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I think counts, especially too. But I think working out in general, though, is such a nice feeling, regardless of what you do. Like even home workouts, like going to the gym, playing sports, like it raises your morale so much, right? And it makes you feel so much better. Like I know personally, I would, before any social gathering, I'll try to work out because I know I'll be in a better mood.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I think I'll be in a better mood and I'll feel better, and I'm less inside of my head, because I have the problem of overthinking a lot, and I overthink a ton. But I know when I'm tired, my mind is like, you need to calm down because you are very tired. So then I'll just chill and have a good time. The only downfall of that plan is that if I work out really hard, then I literally don't feel like doing anything, so I'll just go to bed. So there's a good and bad to that, but yeah. No, I think working out, though, helps in that instant. And plus when you eat healthier, too, right? Because when you eat healthier, plus with working out, you just feel so much better and cleaner, I feel like. Cleaner is a weird adjective to use, but, when you eat clean, it's nice, if you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't get really a great feeling from weightlifting, like the runner's high I get from running. I feel like cardio puts me, the feeling I get after cardio, whether it's the elliptical, the bike, running, not so much from like high intensity interval training, but long, steady state cardio, I like the feeling I get afterwards. And even during it. Like 20 minutes in, you're like, wow, this feels good.
Yeah.
I don't really get that feeling from working out. Working out I'm happy because it makes me look a little tighter and better. But I don't get like the great endorphin rush.
Yeah, I will say I don't get that. I like looking at myself at the gym when I'm working out.
Else joined. I can't see. I'm busy.
I do enjoy working out, and then looking at the gym. Gym etiquette, still trying to understand that. I will be honest. There are times in Planet Fitness where I'll be working out, and I'm like trying to look at the mirror at myself, but then people are like looking at the same direction I am, right? So then we're all like crossing eyes. And then there's one time I was like singing a song and on my headphones, and I started like mouthing words, and I was about to work out, and then I crossed paths with some guy, and he thought I was talking to him through the mirror, and then he came over and I was like, no, I'm sorry, like I'm just trying to get myself amped up to work out real quick to do the set. And I just thought it was so funny, but so different when I used to work out, because I used to go have a gym at my old workplace, and it was just by myself most of the time, because I would go at like 5 or 6 o'clock and it wouldn't really be anybody. But now when I go to Planet Fitness, there's almost people there all the time. So that's definitely a big change for me personally.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What time do you usually go to the gym? Late, right? He's actually planning on going to the gym right after this.
Yeah.
I'm planning on going right to bed. I'm lazy and I'm tired. It's been a long day, but yeah, I try to have some conversations with people at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to keep it light and lively, but it's hard because it's Fitness Factory is a big gym. It's not like a family-owned business where you have a bunch of people that don't have headphones in and they know each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many members that go, but I notice some people that I've worked with at ShopRite or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I talk to them from time to time. And there's one guy that I'll talk to for 10 minutes straight. Problem is the workout gets disrupted, but
Yeah.
I like him. He's a nice guy, but he probably feels the same way. He's like, oh, Ken's cool to talk to, but he's ruining my workout.
Sometimes I don't mind it. I'll be honest. I like just talking
Somebody
to people. And then
I go around 10 a.m. That's actually the time I try to go at, too.
Yeah.
On the weekends, obviously, I can't do it during the week.
I try to do it on the week during that time. Yeah.
Because you work from home.
Yeah. It doesn't work all the time, but it's nice going there. In the morning, I like working out in the morning like that time because you're awake at least, but it's not as busy, and you still, like, you get to go outside afterwards. I don't like going at night as much because then once you go at night, it's already dark outside, and then when you're leaving, it's already dark, so you're going straight to bed. Like, I'd much rather just work out during those times and go from there.
Yeah, when I work out, I'm sort of wound up afterwards, too.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it's a little hard for me to just work out. Oh, we're going to bench today, and then let's go back to bed.
Exactly. And that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
So I try to avoid that at all times. But
It's hard because it's like, what do you do? Do you get a workout in, or it's either a workout late or no workout?
yeah. No, that's very true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not, I guess, like, we both try to stay in shape. We're both a relatively healthy weight. But it's not easy when you work full-time jobs like we do. It's just not that. And also based on, because of the society we live in where there's just like such easy options, especially for me because I do outside sales. Like if I want lunch, I'll go get Panera Bread. And Panera Bread's that's like a healthier option, but it's still eating out. Or there's Wendy's, or there's Pizza Hut, or there's McDonald's. These are not healthy food choices.
Yeah.
So, I mean, coupled with working a full-time job, you're tired at the end of the day, so you end up skipping workouts. It's not easy to stay in shape. But I feel like you probably do more for your health than I do.
But yeah.
Your diet's probably better and you probably work out more than I do. I got to clean up my act because if I don't clean it up soon, like my youth is only going to take me so far.
Yeah.
Like I got to clean up the diet, I got to stop eating out, and I got to get to the gym more. And I think then I'll be okay. Somebody I think wrote a question.
Megs, I don't mind the gym, but it's definitely some days I'm not really trying to go there. And then Spence, I don't know what Spence said.
That's a good.
I hear you that forcing myself to do a workout before 16-hour days. Yeah, Spence, you work like a crazy amount of hours. My man works
Does he work 2 full-time jobs?
No, he works 1, but he works double. So he works 8 hours and then another 8 hours sometimes. And then he doesn't work he'll work 2 or 3 doubles in a row. So it'll be like his weekend will sometimes be like Friday a double, Saturday a double, Sunday a double. Then he'll have a day off and then he'll do another double. It's crazy. So I don't know how he does it, but I give you a lot of props.
All right, so I think we're going to call it for tonight. We appreciate you guys being so responsive in the chat. It's really helpful when we have people asking questions. It helps with ending some of the awkward silences that we occasionally have, even though I don't think we have too many.
Yeah.
And it means that you guys are at least showing that you care.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like I say, we appreciate the interaction and the support. We're going to do a giveaway. I'm not sure what we're giving away.
So we'll figure it out, but we're going to do a giveaway, and what's going to happen is pretty much we're going to give it to whichever follower and whoever tunes in the most. So it's going to be coming up. We'll make a post about it on our Instagram page, and pretty much we'll give it to the person who shouts us out the most to their followers and stuff, like tag us on posts.
Yeah.
It could literally be any random post.
Yeah.
It does not matter what it is. It can be a picture of you literally graduating college and be like, oh, also, like, or just be like, caption, I just graduated, and then ... all the way at the bottom of the comment. Also, watch Spill the Drink.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything with us.
Exactly.
You know, if you find a picture of me online in some weird section, if you want to post, oh, here's Ken at Spill the Drink, great. If you want to post your dog and, oh, this is Shelly or whatever, oh, go follow at Spill the Drink. Perfect.
Exactly.
And the giveaway, it's going to be something pretty cool. It's not going to be like a $5 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
Yeah,
this is
even
gonna
though
be
that's kind of cool, but...
Yeah, and it's probably going to be something pretty valuable.
Within reason / budget.
This is where you act.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it will be pretty sweet. So definitely, guys, if you guys can.
A trip to Greece. Sure.
Okay. Moving right along.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys, we would love to do this giveaway. It's definitely one of the things we've been wanting to do for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, just shout us out. We'll make a post about it to give you all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But please get involved. We would love your support. We appreciate you guys for sticking around. What is it?
Billboard.
Yeah, Billboard. That's something. But thank you guys for showing up every Wednesday at 8. We appreciate it. We'll let you know more about the poll, and next week's topic is being
Voted on.
right now.
And it is a close race
Very close.
Between the Kenny Ball Club and Life Struggle.
Yeah. So definitely
every vote is going to matter. I think it's like 15-14 right now in favor of the Kenny Ball Club.
So definitely go vote. Let us know what you want, what we should talk about next week, and we just want to say good night.
Good night, guys. Take care.
Have a good one.